drawing inspiration from the beast from 20,000 Fathoms with a deeper message that separated it from other monster films of the time. A message the world was not ready for. A film that took the nuclear aftermath of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and transformed it into a creature of Armageddon, warning us of the dangers of the H-bomb, a film that reflected one nation's trauma. The film opens with joyous celebration aboard the Ikumaru, only to be silenced by a thunderous roar and the luminous flames under the ocean. The ship floods and the vessel is incinerated. Based on the real-life catastrophe, the Daigo Fukuyu Maru, also known as the Lucky Dragon No. 5. A Japanese fishing vessel that was radiated from nuclear testing in the Bikini Atoll. The crew of 23 suffered through radiation sickness, claiming the life of Aikichi Kobayama, the boat's chief radioman. The radiation burns on the victims were the inspiration for the disfigurement of Godzilla's scales. The Bingu Maru is sent to search for survivors only to meet the same fate, engulfed in flames with only a few remaining survivors and the mystery of the cause remaining hidden in an ocean of inferno. The survivors are recovered from a fishing vessel from Odo Island. A call is made and another ship lost, the same as the other two in the same exact location. Gazing into the horizon, the denizens of Odo Island locate a raft drifting into shore. Only one survivor left from the hellfire. The ocean runs dry and is void of fish. The village elder knows a creature responsible for this cataclysmic horror, an ancient life form from a long forgotten time. The press are sent to investigate this strange phenomenon and bear witness to an ancient exorcism ritual that was once used when the catch was poor, and in this case, to keep Godzilla entombed. This act proves fruitless as the creature rises from the depths and swallows Odo Island in a hurricane of despair and fury. Claiming the life of Masaji, the last survivor of the Odo Island fishing vessel, and his mother, leaving Shinichiki, his brother, in fear. Seeing his entire family taken away in mere seconds, unable to aid as tears of sorrow fall only to be masked by the rain fading into the darkness of the night. A new day begins and the reporters and citizens of Odo Island give testimony of the horror witnessed at the Japanese diet building in Tokyo. Dr. Yamane explains the possibilities of what creature could have caused this. He pleads to the diet to lead an emergency research team to further investigate this disaster. Accompanied by Ogata, a salvage worker from the shipyard, whom sent aid to the Ikumaru, his daughter, Emiko Yamane, Shinichiki, and Hagiwara of the press. They are bid farewell by Dr. Serizawa, whom is betrothed to Emiko. This leads to tension in the relationship because of Emiko's love for Ogata. Upon arrival, Dr. Yamane and the research team discover a giant footprint saturated in radioactivity and within a trilobite, a marine anthropod thought long to be extinct. The investigation is thwarted by the sound of the bell and thundering footsteps. The team and villagers search the mountains for the creature responsible. Godzilla reveals itself, gazed upon with awe and fear. Emiko screams as the creature reaches to take her, but Ogata saves her, remaining hidden. The creature retreats back into the sea, leaving a trail of its shadow upon the beach. Dr. Yamane reports his findings, coming to the conclusion that Godzilla's sanctuary was destroyed by repeated uses of the H-bomb, leaving it shelterless and strife with anger for the damage done. Unease rouses the public of this new information on whether or not it should be made public. Japan remains alert, searching for the creature to strike, as Dr. Yamane mourns for its inevitable fate. They ask Dr. Yamane if there is a way to dispose of Godzilla. Dr. Yamane retorts with anger that it is impossible to destroy this creature. It survived the abolition of the H-bomb like a phoenix from the ashes reborn from hellfire, that their goal should be to study rather than to destroy. Even Hagiwara and the press are divided on their opinions on whether he should be studied or exterminated. If Godzilla is to be studied, what is the cost? How many will suffer until all the answers are unlocked? From Dr. Yamane's perspective, Godzilla is a prehistoric creature, the last of its kind. This could be the only time we could come into contact with nature from an ancient time period. To destroy it would mean to erase a part of history. But the question, what are we willing to sacrifice to preserve this piece of history? Hagiwara is asked to interview Dr. Serizawa, Emiko's fiance, but is denied, seeking out Emiko for guidance. Meanwhile, Ogata and Emiko discuss how they are to break the news of their secret affair to Dr. Serizawa. Hagiwara arrives and asks Emiko if she could request an audience with Serizawa. Ogata sees this as the perfect opportunity to tell Dr. Serizawa the truth. Serizawa evades all of Hagiwara's questions about his involvement with creation that can extinguish the graven creature. It is only to Emiko he reveals his experiment, the Oxygen Destroyer, a weapon of mass destruction that splits oxygen molecules and liquefies them, resulting in suffocation and eventual disintegration. He begs Emiko not to reveal his secret. Horrified, she promises not to reveal the existence of the Oxygen Destroyer, and the mention of Ogata and their relationship is left in oblivion. The siren's sound and the thunderous bellows of the feet crashing against the ground are heard in the distance. The creature approaches, laying waste to all in its path. The cries and screams from the victims of the train echo, haunting as everyone flees to escape the monster's wrath. The creature soon retreats back into the sea. However, its return is inevitable. A plan is formulated to set up an electrical barrier that will hopefully electrocute Godzilla and hopefully divert the Calamity's attack. An argument takes place between Ogata and Dr. Yamane about what the fate of Godzilla should be. Ogata believes Godzilla is no different from the H-bomb, a constant reminder of the trauma this country faced, whereas Dr. Yamane wants to unlock the secret of how the creature survives such intense radiation. Both are valid points and make you question what to believe. Godzilla returns and tears through the electrical barrier with no sign of struggle, incinerating what's left, turning Tokyo into a sea of fire, a hell on Earth. A horrifying scene is shown of a woman holding her children, crying that they will be with their father soon. Blanketed by the flames surrounding them, nothing can stop this creature, and all that oppose are cast into the inferno. The jet fighters are able to push Godzilla back, however, this is only a temporary solution. Only Emiko knows the secret of how to rid Godzilla. Breaking her promise to Dr. Serizawa for all the guilt of the tragedy around her, she reveals the existence of the Oxygen Destroyer to Ogata. Emiko and Ogata seek out Serizawa for help, but Serizawa is reluctant for fear of his research going into the wrong hands. It is only when Serizawa sees Japan in rubble and hears the heart-wrenching song Prayer for Peace from the girls' choir that he decides to put an end to the creature, but not before burning all of his research of the Oxygen Destroyer. For even one use of the Oxygen Destroyer would put all eyes on Serizawa. Politicians would come after him and force him to use the weapon against his own volition. A research vessel sails to discover Godzilla's last known location, with the Oxygen Destroyer aboard. Dr. Serizawa asks Ogata for a diving suit to go under. Ogata and Dr. Yamane know that Serizawa has no prior diving experience, and are suspicious of his persistence to deliver the Oxygen Destroyer personally. Ogata and Serizawa descend into the deep, darkened fathom below to confront the creature once and for all. The beast awakens from his slumber to pursue Ogata and Serizawa. It is here Dr. Serizawa makes the ultimate sacrifice. He pulls Ogata's line and releases the Oxygen Destroyer and a final message to Ogata and Emiko. Farewell. I hope you too will be happy. The question of Ogata and Emiko's relationship was never asked, but Serizawa knew and gave them his blessing. Although cries of joy permeate the air for the destruction of the creature, heartbreak echoes through the main characters of the loss of one of the greatest scientists and the loss of a misunderstood creature and the last of its kind. There are no happy endings. There are no winners, only sorrow and pain, and the message to the world of the danger of nuclear weapons and the plea that they never be used again. Otherwise, another Godzilla could come to fruition and wreak terror once again. Akira Takarada, Momoko Kochi, Takashi Shimura, and Akihiko Hirata deliver stellar and heartbreaking performances, offering a realistic trauma that this creature brings. The practical effects by Ichi Tsuburaya hold up well compared to other Godzilla films in the Showa era, delivering the most realistic experience of horror, terror, and dread. Not only did Akira Ifukube compose an amazing score, but he also gave Godzilla his voice by using a double bass stringed instrument. He tried to use other animal sounds, but he could not find something that could match the creature's voice. To capture the creature's terrifying presence, Haru Nakajima studied an old King Kong film that Ichi Tsuburaya had. He also went to the zoo to study large animals such as elephants and gorillas. He had been trained in samurai armor, but unfortunately the Godzilla suit presented much more difficult conditions. He could only be in the suit for 3 minutes at a time due to ventilation issues. One of the greatest horror science fiction films ever made, with an impactful message that should be viewed in its unaltered form. The first of the series and the greatest. I give this film 5 stars. Thank you for watching, and I would like to know your thoughts of the film. Did you enjoy it? Let me know down below, and if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I hope that you will join in the madness.